Dragon's Dogma 2 is the perfect game. From a great open world and amazing gameplay, it seamlessly makes you wander around for hours on end with no objective in sight. Yet, when I open up YouTube, I get this. I'm always wondering why. I play the game all the freaking time, and you know what I find myself doing? Loving it. No matter if it's a little bit laggy, my PC barely runs it. I have to throw it on the lowest settings for it to run, and I'm still only getting like 20 frames per second. And many of the videos I watch on YouTube about this kinda have two reasons that they really don't like the game. One of those reasons is the obvious and well heard of performance issues that it has. From the lag you get in cities to the dropping frame rate in other areas is not an issue just to ignore when you're talking about this game. I don't think it should be the only reason you don't play the game. And the other reason that people don't seem to like the game is simply just a few game mechanics. One of them I always hear is fast travel in the game. The two most major forms of fast travel in the game are port crystals and carriages. Port crystals requiring an item called a fairy stone to operate, while carriages only costing somewhere between 100 and 200 gold. In-game currency, that's typically nothing. So, I'm going to give you a quick breakdown of why everybody's wrong about Dragon's Dogma 2. Let's start with performance issues, one of the biggest complaints I hear when playing this game. For heaven's sakes, even Moist Critical said, "Oh, I would love Dragon's Dogma if I could run it." Making me just kinda sit there and question for most people. Because I expect most of these big names on YouTube that are talking about this game to have half decent PC to run it. Well, I'm sitting over here with the PC that I can barely run it on, running the game at 20 frames per second consistently, sorry. And it's just a little bit irritating because I feel like these people are almost spoiling themselves when they're trying to play the game. Like I said, I only get 20 frames per second on the lowest graphics setting. And now I'm thinking, well, if I can run it at a solid 20 frames per second on a very bad PC, how are these people on the high end not turning down the graphics so their game runs a little bit smoother? I get it, you want to play with the intended high definition graphics, but if you're just playing a game for the graphics, why are you playing it? You want the game to run smoothly, turn down the thing that's taking all your CPU power. And I guess maybe some people don't have that high-end PC that runs it. Still turn down the graphics. I find myself entering a city and I barely get a lag on the lowest graphics, and if I do, I just take a couple seconds, stop walking, and I'm perfectly good in a city now. They're complaining about something they can easily fix, or anybody can easily fix while playing this game, but they choose not to just to complain on the game, it seems like. And I understand there's a complete and whole modding community for Dragon's Dogma 2 already. And one of those mods helps with that performance issue. If you're really not wanting to play the game because of the performance issues, take the time to fix it, either by yourself by changing the graphics or download the mod to fix it. When it comes to the gameplay mechanics that people really don't like I said, the first thing that comes up is fast travel. Like I said, there's two forms of fast travel, one being port crystals. Port crystals are an in-game item you typically can find as a small object that you can place where you want, or find a large one at any major town in-game. A few scattered in other towns out and about. The requirement to travel through those is an item called a fairy stone, which, in the first town Venworth, runs at about 10,000 gold at the apothecary. You may be saying, "Alex, what the fuck? That's a lot of gold." Well, in Dragon's Dogma 2, that's only a lot of gold early game. After, I'd say, your first trip out and about traveling, your bags are going to get heavy. No matter if you're running 3 pawns or just by yourself. Sell those materials at any store in town, and you got a lucrative money-making business already. And You can also find fairy stones in other places across the map, in hidden caves, chests, or even just chests in town. Carriages. One of the most, I would say, controversial things inside the entire game. Biggest complaint I hear is you pay your money, you get on, and you get attacked by a monster or a group of monsters. Sometimes it may be a large monster as a ogre or a cyclops comes along, but most of the time you'll get nothing past the lizard people or wolves or goblins. This is where it kinda gets a little annoying for some people. Oh, I want to fast travel, and when I'm halfway through my fast traveling, I get attacked by something. Now I have to stop. Well, if y'all didn't know, if you kill the monster, you can get back on the cart. If it wasn't destroyed during the attack, which does happen sometimes. The obvious issue is you're getting attacked while you're fast traveling. And I feel that this is a great mechanic for in-game, especially this game. Instead of just running around everywhere, you want to fast travel. You know, I've already been to this place or that. Instead of taking the 30 to 40 minutes it takes to run from this place to here, you're taking 10 minutes to hop on a cart, kill a monster, hop back in the cart and get to the town where you need to be. Maybe like, oh, what if I don't have the HP or the time or the, I really want to get to go do this. Really think about it in game. By the time you're able to travel between multiple towns with carts and this and that, killing a cyclops is like a piece of cake. Slay an ogre? Psh, I can do that in my sleep. Centaur? I enjoy those boss battles personally, but don't let me talk to you about that too much. And it makes sense from a kind of leveling sort of way too. Imagine you're traveling all this time, you're taking this cart to here and this cart to there. Well, you're not gaining any levels by sitting in the cart. So the game gives you monsters to attack while you're traveling, so you can at least boost your level a little bit. I don't know how many times I've been attacked by ogres and cyclops and wolves while on a cart. Killed those things in like 2 to 5 minutes and then got back on the cart and finished where I was going. And then there's a few more times where I level up doing that. That's kind of the concept of carts. Gives you a way to grow while fast traveling at a little to no cost. But another problem I hear a lot about Dragon's Dogma 2 is the dodge and parry. You don't have a button for that in Dragon's Dogma 2. Even seeing people complain about it on the subreddit seems almost baffling, like they haven't played the game. Every vocation, which are the classes in this game, has either some sort of dodge, deflect, defend, or parry attack attached to them. For mages and sorcerer, they have a dodge button by levitation. It puts you up in the air away from those lower ground enemies that are hitting you. Perfect for dodging and getting out of the way to get to a high point. I mean, the fighter literally has parrying attacks and evasion attacks. Thief literally has a move that makes you unkillable if you try to get hit. It's pretty much an instant dodge button. If there's something you want to try in game, check vocation, check vocation, check vocation, check vocation. I cannot encourage this more to any player of this game. If you're complaining you can't dodge, you complaining you can't parry, you can't do this or that, change vocations. I mean, literally there's a late game vocation called the Warfare that allows you to mix vocations together. Sorta, it's more like a jack of all trade, master of none situation, but you still get it. Game's concept is encouraging you to try different vocations. Like one of the first few places that you can go to change your vocation, acquire skills, this or that, the person's encouraging you. He literally says, what was it? I can't pick between which vocation, there's so many, you have to try all of them. Something like that. You're encouraged to try different vocations. For heaven's sakes, the build I have right now is a sorcerer that I stole an augment from a thief that makes me be targeted less, and the speed casting skill from the mage. It allows me to cast spells at high speeds for a bit of stamina while I'm not getting targeted by other enemies. Because I mixed 3 different vocations. It's also made just to be wowed by each vocation. For heaven's sakes, when I was trying Thief, I was like, oh, it's going to be a fast-paced, agile, glass cannon type of character, you know? You do a lot of damage and you don't get hit. Later me, I'm over here surprised that I can actually just literally rob people or pickpocket them with the plunder skill, and I'm literally shocked. There's even a mechanic where different vocations give higher stat boosts on level ups. For example, when I was playing Thief, I played Thief for a while to get my stamina up, so when I went to go play Sorcerer, who needs a lot of stamina to cast spells, I had that large pool of stamina ready to go. In simple terms, to fix performance problems, turn down the graphics. I swear all of the people who are like, oh, this game is performing bad, have not attempted to turn down their graphics at all. I think most people who don't turn down their graphics are used to having a high-performing PC that runs everything at high ends, so they don't ever think about changing their graphics. And for the complaints of gameplay, look at them as a different perspective. Look at how they apply into this world and into this game. Fast travel, being attacked on carriages, is to help you grow and level up. Well, fairy stones are to prevent you from doing that, from not leveling up or doing anything while you're fast traveling. And if you ever run into problems with, I don't have this attack, I don't have that attack, change vocations. That's all it takes to solve any problems with, I don't like this attack, I don't like that attack. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Please leave a like and subscribe. If you agreed or even disagreed with some of my comments today, leave a comment down below saying what you think I was right or wrong about. But see y'all, have a good one.